Hey everybody, with my longtime friend Leigh Steinberg going back to 1998, off to his 39th Leigh Steinberg Super Bowl party at Storic. That's at 155 Ninth Street between Howard and Mission in San Francisco. Folks, you got to be there. It's a great space, Leigh. Hey Leigh, how you doing?
I'm
I'm
doing
doing
great.
great.
Thank you.
You.
It's
It's
fun to be
be
with you.
with you.
Hey, so tell us about being back in the Bay Area, where really for you it all started in a sense, and how much fun this is going to be right
Well,
at this great space.
the
The
very
very
first
first
Super
Super
Bowl
Bowl
party
party
that we
that
ever
we
had
ever
was
was
in
in
1985
1995
at
at
my
my
home in Berkeley. And it's evolved 39 years later into a who's who of big business, politics, sports, entertainment. And so it's so much fun being back where I went to undergrad and law school at Berkeley and being in the city to have the party.
Now you've got some new news, really, in terms of honorees for the Steinberg Nicola Humanitarian Awards. You want to bring this up to date?
Sure. The owner's award is going to Art Rooney of the Pittsburgh Steelers. The executive award is going to my friend Martin from the Minnesota Vikings. The current player is going to be Rashawn Johnson, who's a running back with Chicago. The retired players are Steve Young, the 49ers, and Ray Lewis. So we give out those, and then we're having a 2 or 3 hours of brain health by leading neurologists from across the country to support the new charitable foundation I have to try to get to prevention, awareness, and cure in the area of brain health. So they'll be talking. We also have a longevity lounge, which has got protocols and breakthroughs in biomed that like stem cells and hyperbaric oxygen and red light, which players can use to spike energy in critical situations and for faster rehab. And for the rest of us, Zenny, it keeps us young longer with more cognitive fitness. And Scouts, which used to be Boy Scouts, is our charity.
And I want to talk to about that issue because I discovered 11 different antioxidants, and you may remember I was scheduled for a hip replacement. Well, no more. My hip works because of that. Are we not sharing enough of what works with each other in society in general? I mean, you're doing a great job of it. So, but I feel like you're the outlier almost. Where are we?
Oh, there are two levels of medicine going on in this country. One heals you when you're sick, but the other is preventative. And so there are a whole group of breakthrough supplements, hyperbaric oxygen, red light, Bimini, Nanovi. There are all sorts of preventatives, all that work to prevent inflammation internally and and can make every joint in your body feel better. And with heavy attention to trying to keep the brain through the theory of neuroplasticity, rewire a brain that may be tired or less than totally productive.
Hey, so your party is also known for a ton of celebrities. I mean, everybody from, well, I've met people from shows like Mad Men. I remember you've had also owners like Jerry Jones and Mark Davis and people who were, well, the great talk show interviewer. Thinking of Tony Bruno and his wife, his great wife. I've seen them. Every time I've seen them, it's been at your party. I can go on and on and on.
Well,
Join us this time.
we try. Well, we'll see. We try to find what's popular in culture. And so years ago, we did Joe Millionaire when that was the first reality show. and then we did In Sync when they were the hottest boys band, and we did Outkast one year. And we've had everybody from Jamie Foxx to Jennifer Lopez to Kevin Costner to Adam Sandler. And we'll find out who's coming this year. But there's a whole new category, which you and I are a little ancient to recognize, but it's influencers. And so we have all these influencers coming who have like 5 million followers and 6 million followers, and it's a new era.
Can I add something there? I'm actually the first person in NFL history to have ever covered the NFL draft with a YouTube channel. And I've done it every single year for 20 years, which basically makes me a creator, right? And so even if you go to this day, if you use vidIQ, which is a great way of measuring statistics for YouTube, and type NFL draft red carpet, the #1 channel is Zenny62 Media. So
Right.
Forget that I'm old. I'm not old. We're all trying to stay, I guess really is. I don't think
we're long-lived.
Right. We're long-lived, but Leigh, there's nothing wrong with staying relevant and admitting it. It's fun to be relevant. Don't you think?
Well, that's why the party tries to stay on the cutting edge and give people experiences where they can interact with these new modalities. I mean, usually we have artists and virtual reality and aggregated reality and augmented reality, and we have all sorts of displays, so you'll have fun.
Hey, does that mean you're gonna have a robot there too?
We may have a robot. I'm not sure. I've had a robot before, and who came up and brought beverages.
Nice. But when do we get to that point one day when one of your clients will be a robot?
From your lips to and we'll have a few copies of my new book, but it's not out till March.
You want to talk about your book for a bit now? And
yes, this is an advanced copy. It's called The Comeback.
Hold that up again, Leigh. I'm going to get you in solo so people can see that.
It's called The Comeback. It's forwards by Troy Aikman, and it's a playbook for turning life setbacks into victories. So it's the concept, Zenny, that life will set you back. You'll have reverses. They could be health, they could be marital, they could be financial, they could be substance abuse. In my case, I struggle with alcohol. And so I talk about that and tell the stories of players like Steve Young and Warren Moon and Troy Aikman and Mahomes, about who all faced reverses. So life will inevitably break your dreams at times. And the question is, can you be resilient? Can you come back in the face of collapse and build a new life that's fulfilling? So hopefully it inspires some people and gives them hope that in darkness and despondency, they can find a light.
And you're how many days over the sunny side now? A lot, right?
Well, next month it'll be 16 years.
Congratulations, Leigh. And also, congratulations on having the courage to talk about this, because to this day, still, there are a number of people who don't. And I remember my change was 2010. I went out that New Year's night and got up the next morning, worked out for 4 hours. Then I went over to the Marina District, and I went to the Balboa Cafe bus stop, did this little, I call it the Berkeley Circuit. So we used to call it when I was getting out of grad school in 1987. And anyway, long story short, I went over and had a drink called a screaming orgasm, basically 3 shots of those. That's what they were. Hey. And I woke up in Highland Hospital the next morning. And I had to piece together, I had to retroactively figure out what was going on with me. And I'd gotten drunk, and I was trying to get home, and it caught up to me before I could get home. And a woman named Kim Donovan found me, who ironically enough worked for Pixar. And so I went over to, she had my flip video camera and my hat. So I went over with a bottle of wine because she had my San Francisco Giants World Series hat with her. And she gave me a big fat kiss. It's all on the video. And at that point, I decided, okay, this drink is not getting me what I want. It's not getting me married, which was the idea. It wasn't going out to get drunk, right? But it was, I think, one of the best things. No, definitely the best thing that ever happened in my life, because I feel terrific now. Between that and antioxidants, I feel terrific. And that was way back in 2010.
What do you take, Zenny?
I am right now. Well, I'm on an anti-inflammatory diet, but my primary drink of choice is green tea with a touch of selenium, turmeric, and glutathione, and quercetin, which kills cancer cells, and I'm mispronouncing this, but it's resveratrol, and resveratrol. Resveratrol, thank you. And resveratrol and green tea is noted to kill the cells that produce Alzheimer's. So it's really great for me to rediscover my short-term memory, because I'm 63 now. And it's funny, I think, growing up, the one thing, and I'll admit, as I told my mother the other day, I don't want to get old. That's really what it is. I just don't. And so I love the feeling of being able to move and think and everything else. And I am candidly afraid of losing it, So that's my motivation.
But here's the point.
Yes.
If you stay abreast to the breakthroughs that are occurring and the protocols and modalities that can help you. I talk about that in the book, and I talk about the tour I took around the world, meeting with different doctors and everybody else. And you're 63, I'm 76, and still in the middle of life.
Yeah, you're got another 40, 50 years ahead of you. You have that great smiling face, and you always take care of yourself. It's impossible for me to attach you to an age. And you're blessed, Leigh. I got to ask you though, what did you learn about yourself in those travels, in that search?
Essentially, that notwithstanding the chronological baggage that people assign to age, I wasn't done yet. I had more years to spend with my children. I had more things to try to cure in the world. I had action I could take on the environment and climate change. I'm announcing a partnership with the Ocean Conservancy to try to clean up the oceans. We have another highlight at the party, which will be people that are trying to protect rainforests. But whether it's racism or domestic violence or bullying or sex trafficking, there are issues that I'd like to try to make a difference on, and I'm not done yet. And the only way to stay on track is to be aware of the healing power that is being discovered.
I got to ask you on the matter of race. 10 head coaching positions open, a record number. Not one filled by an African-American head coach. Well, and yet by a commissioner, Roger Goodell, whose father, Charles Goodell, was noted for the company kept among civil rights icons and being the only Republican to have voted against the Vietnam War. And yet we're here with this situation. What's going on, Leigh?
Well, they passed the Rooney Rule, but obviously it needs modification. And I've always thought that the way to get more Black assistant head coaches, coordinators, and everything is start young. Seed them at the high school level, at the college level, and create a number that's so large that you be able to do that. But that's not acceptable. To not have more black assistant head coaches.
And then, or I think we make progress in general managers, but I was thinking this happened at your Super Bowl party in 2004 in Houston, a fantastic party. John Gruden was there, coach, and I ran into coach and was talking, he and his wife, Cindy, and all of a sudden he yells over to Bruce Allen and says, Bruce, he's pointing at me, and he goes, this guy be a great general manager. And I really was pleased with that, but it was a symbol of how serious people in NFL culture were in trying to get more folks who look like me in positions of responsibility in the league. Eh?
Yes.
That was this spoke high volume for him. Leigh, I'm really excited for your party. And I know it's going to be another Bafo event by you. Any closing thoughts? Because I know you're on a clock here.
Just that, as I said, the evolution of the Super Bowl is that when you and I started, it was, an event. Now it's the premier cultural event in the country. 130 million people watched the Super Bowl last year. So keep your eye on the branding and marketing opportunities for the players involved. They've got the possibility of entering the game as a well-known player, but exiting as a household name. So it's like a convention of Americana, and we plan to be on the cutting edge.
Yeah, I have. I have been to your party now. This will be the 13th time, mother's health permitting, because she's now 91 and she's down there. Just woke up, by the way. She says hello. So
we'll have to make a T-shirt for you that's got stars for every year.
That would be cool. That would be nice to be honored in some kind of way by somebody, because the NFL is like, they're doing that to me. So anyway, hey, Leigh, thank you so much. And everybody, remember, the Leigh Steinberg Party is from 12 to 5 p.m. Pacific time, 155 9th Street between Howard and Mission in the South of Market. Be there, or, well, as they used to say, be square, literally. Especially when you see that like multi from the 60s, like that reminded me of Rowan and Martin's Laughing. Remember that?
Yes, but
yeah,
it's we remember those days of the 60s and 70s. So it's coming home.
Absolutely. All right, my friend, I'm gonna resist holding you anymore. Hey, everybody, that ends this broadcast. Leigh, don't move a muscle. Thank you so much. And I'll see you